All righty. Appreciate everyone being here. A lot safer today than we were yesterday. But with that, we had a great practice, and really it's been a great off season. But I'll open it up for questions.
Sure, can you take us through both the Omarr and Ashton individually?
Well, the two really good. I mean, when you study the draft, our scouting staff led by our general manager Brett Beach, they do a great job, and they were guys that we identified and had opportunities to really get around, bring them in for a visit, Zoom with them, and they both love football junkies, and they're really good players.
What stands out about each of them as players?
Well, they have great motors. They're powerful. They're explosive. They're sudden. And both of them at their school where they represented were great in their role. When you look at Omarr, when you broke down his snaps this past year, he led the NCAA in pass rush win ratio by interior tackles. And then Ashton played all over the place. He played end. He played inside 4-eye. He was powerful. He was explosive. When he went back to the year before, his sophomore year, he had 11.5 sacks. He was playing more on the edge. This year, they moved him inside a little bit as a 4-eye, kind of like Felix did when he was at K-State. So both those guys are going to bring great energy to the room, and they're doing that now.
You mentioned the win rate that Omarr had in college, and his max snaps in any one season was 301. I think he played 225 last year. How do you ramp up that pitch count with maintaining the win rate and maybe the productivity?
Well, when you look at, when you go back and you look at, you got to remember now he's played 11 games. That snap count when you look at 17 probably looks a little low, but he probably played about half the time. He was their sub guy. He was their nickel guy. He could do it. You just got to keep working with him on that, and I have no hesitation that he can play first down or third down.
What's the biggest thing as a unit up front y'all want to improve on from last season to this year?
Well, I'll tell you, obviously not winning the Lombardi Trophy, that's number one. We didn't play our best game in that game. The Eagles did. And I thought we left, the first couple of years, we went back to back. We were finishing on the quarterback better. Just little things. We just got to make sure when we have an opportunity, you meet with the guys. This is, of course, all voluntary, but they all want to soak things in. And when you go back and you look at the plays, we had opportunities to put the quarterback down in critical situations and had him in our grasp. That's number one. And number two, just continuing to develop and get better and really finishing. Finishing the drive, finishing the game, finishing the play to put the quarterback down and get back to the level we were at.
Sorry, you mentioned this is voluntary. Just what does it mean to have Chris Jones around for this period of getting to know the rookies and helping the younger players?
Phenomenal. It's just it's great. I mean, we've always had a high. This is my fourth year now, high number of attendees. But having Chris around, Chris has been here almost every day, and he's been great he's a great leader. He's in great physical shape, and he's working hard, but he's also taking the time with the rookies. And for those guys to see a player of his caliber doing that at this time of the year, it's invaluable.
Chris, one of the things that you guys used Chris on in the Super Bowl was trying to do a different thing with the Tush Bush. There was a lot of discussion about the Tush Bush. It's going to stay in. Just what are your thoughts on that? And you guys were trying some things that were a little bit different than others. Is there some way to stop this?
Well, I mean, you got to get lower than they are. You got to have a better surge, and it's a good play. And I mean, the study shows it. I mean, the week before against Buffalo, no one could stop them. We stopped 3 out of 4, I believe, 2 on critical situations. So it's just a way of it's the rugby play. And I guess if they're pushing, we got to push. And then we got to push a little bit better. But we'll stop the thing when the opportunity presents itself again.
Coach, what parts of Felix's game do you want him to refine for this year?
Felix, when you go back and look at all the reps from his rookie year to last year, I mean, he flashed a lot. And what I mean by flash, he made a lot of really good plays. And to me, talking with Felix, it's just about consistency with that and really be able to sustain that through the year and playing more downs in the game.
Last one, anyone?
Omarr is now healthy this offseason. Do you see a different, approach from him coming in and wanting to have a good season?
Well, you look back, when Charles first came, he was healthy. He had an off season last year. Obviously, he didn't coming off the injury in the playoff in the Baltimore game, but he's at full speed. and he's healthy, and he's hungry, and he's working hard.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All you, bro.